day 2 of the Atlantic Challenge Cup. We have the girls singles match here. I'm going to introduce the players, so please give a big hand for Europe's Diana Khodjaeva. A photo from USA, Miss April Larson. It's over to the commentary box now with Mike Howerton and Upstate Al. Ladies, good luck and let's have a break.
Welcome back to the
Atlantic Challenge Cup. I'm with you.
Wow.
Day 2.
It's the late shift. Holy cow. Last match of the night. She might scratch on the lag here. Nope.
And you can see the score if you're just signing on to the live stream up there in the left-hand corner. It's 5-2 in favor of Europe. This is really a point in this tournament that USA has to really put a stake in the ground, and they have the girl that can do it, April Larson, sort of pulling up the anchor for the last match of the night.
Well, we know that Larson's played in matches of this importance before. You don't win the junior nationals 4 times in a row without playing under pressure.
That's the slippers of Judy Garland.
Nice. Well, we'll take anything we can get today.
I'm sorry, what were you mentioning about April Larson?
April's, she's played under pressure before. This should not be anything that affects her all that much. And her opponent, Diana Khodjaeva, she's played under this kind of pressure too. I mean, neither one of them look all that stressed, but it's 0-0. Let's see what happens when it's 5-5.
Ooh, from your lips to somebody that's listening in, and send down a strike of lightning. I'd like to see a hill match here for sure. This young lady here, Diana Khodjaeva, she's going to do everything in her power not to let April Larson at the table, but if you're just signing on, this is alternate break format, so you will see the likes of April Larson.
This is Diana Khodjaeva from Brussels, Belgium. April is from Bloomington, Minnesota.
Look at the focus. Beautiful camera work as the 4 ball fell in, the 2 and the 1 past the head string, so it is a legal break. The issue is the cue ball and the 1 ball are separated by the 5-7 block in its path.
Not really what she was looking for to start her campaign here.
Well, it's a little push out here. She does have the option to push out. Notice the shot clock is ticking down from 60 seconds, which is the only 60-second extension they have is after the break. She's going to push out just to the right side long rail, about diamond number 2. And try to leave her with the bank shot, with the 6 blocking the 1 from going into the side pocket. I don't like this personally, because you do give your opponent coming in an option to play safe right back.
Yeah, it's a tricky shot. She can come off the front of or she can come off the face of the 1, bring her cue ball down into the bottom left corner, and the 1 will come back towards the center of the table. The 7-5 are great blockers, and if she plays it that way, she's using both balls as blockers instead of just the 2 balls together.
Right. Well, not only that, it's a free cut shot if she wants to attempt to cut the 1 down the rail, and the 2's up there. So if you don't make it, you could wind up with a safe, but instead she goes full-blown for the safe ball and doesn't get there.
No, she doesn't. She left her a full shot on the 1, natural shape on the 2, and there's nothing really stopping her after that.
Just her on the table right now, Diana Khodjaeva. Boy, she hit that curve.
Still left herself an angle. Draw off that short rail. She went too far.
Well, it's not that bad because, if she's going to brush the 7 ball here, but there's really nothing down in that area where it's going to get married up to. The only thing you got to be concerned about is the speed that you're going to bump into that 7 ball with, so it doesn't bounce out towards the 9. And she hit it good.
She's still just a little bit out of line on each shot. I don't think it's going to affect her because, like you say, there's nothing really difficult here. Of course, we say that from the booth.
Yeah, well, you've been saying that for quite a while. Just, she can play this cue ball back and forth. Just go right back to the center of the table after pocketing the 6. She'll have a nice shot on the 7.
Yeah, just like you called it.
Well, pull out the stroke now, Diana Khodjaeva. Let's see your draw stroke. Should have, could, but maybe a little too powerful. Maybe didn't want to be that far away from the 8 ball. Nevertheless, the 8 ball is wide open, just a longer shot. Make the 8.
And this is off of a poor safety from April on the 1 ball. Diana's making a statement here. You know, make a mistake and I'm out.
Well, with that 9 ball down right there, Diana Khodjaeva makes the score 1-0 in favor of Team Euro. You know, you see as the camera work is scanning the billboards that are in front of the players here, behind the players, I mean, you can see a lot of those logos there. And without everybody on board in the BCA, and of course, the European Pool and Billiards Association, right? Federation.
European Pocket Billiard Association. Foundation.
Right. Wouldn't be possible. So if you guys are in the market to buy some chalk or definitely some Simonis cloth, Aramith balls, make sure to support these sponsors right here, along with Predator, of course, Predator cues, with the new Evo shaft and the Maestro cue. And I mean, without everybody here on board, just wouldn't make this possible. And once they started putting this Team USA and Team Europe together, everybody jumped on board because they want to support the juniors, and they really made this an exclusive event. I love it.
Well, it's a who's who of companies in the billiards industry. Everybody came together for this, which is something that I really like to see.
Well, the 3 ball went, the 1 ball and the 7 ball. So again, a legal break. We've been seeing a lot of illegal breaks. The first 2 breaks here have been legal.
And this is setting up real nice. I mean, she's going to have to be careful what happens. Looks like she'll start with a combination. Unless she's got enough room to drive that 1 past the 8.
And just to let you know who April Larson's favorite pool player is, she was asked that question, and she said, I cannot pick a specific professional because all of them have had an impact on her in their own way.
Wow. That's a diplomatic response.
Yeah, Switzerland for you.
It's a little surprised she played that 1 on the side, but it worked out well for her. Now I think she's got to play the combination.
Maybe she missed it totally. But the cue ball looks like it might roll just enough behind the 9 not to give Diana a shot unless she can play the billiard into the 8 after, and that's what she's looking at. But you want to go here 2 ball, rail, and then the 8. You don't want to hit the 2 ball so solid and pound it into the 8 ball because the cue ball can't follow that 8 ball right in the pocket. So if you're playing the carom into it, you want to get the rail.
But you do have to get the 8. This is She makes. I'm looking at the bank. I think
Right.
she banks
So
the
is
ball
Jeanette.
in.
Jeanette
Yeah.
Lee's in that background looking at it, too.
I think she banks this ball in, and then the whole rack sets up.
Also, for everybody out there, it is Jeanette Lee's birthday today. Wish her a happy birthday.
I'm sure she'd like a win here for a birthday present. Boy, look at that cue. I'm not sure there was a proper reward there for that shot.
No, there wasn't. I think the bank on the 2-ball or initially just elect to play it safe was the right move, and I'm not criticizing April in any shape or form, but she knows it right now with this response that she could have did a lot better. Now she's looking to creep up on the 7-ball from here with this long distance in it, and believe me, that's almost an impossible shot from here. She's going to have to figure something else out.
I was wondering if she trusted her stroke enough to try that shot. It's a great shot when you hit it, but it's easy to sell it out.
She's coming around the 5. She's looking
not gonna
for
like this.
She's looking for the 5-ball. Didn't get it. Diana Khodjaeva back up at the table.
Now, if Diana's going to play this with bottom right, she needs to avoid that 5. She may want to come 2 rails. Well, yeah, 2 rails, both long rails. That way she can avoid the 5.
Right, like the backward Z shot, so to say.
Just like that.
Like Mike Howerton called it, she's going to come up on the 50, which Mr. Phil Capel doesn't like to hear.
Well, I don't think there's a better definition of the 50-yard line than that.
Yeah, she's right there. Look at the beautiful Aramith balls.
Serena Black looking on. We should see Serena in singles action tomorrow.
You know, it's a good night's sleep for Team USA if it would be 5-3 going into tomorrow, right? If it's 6-2, it's not going to be that good of a night for these guys. They see the Duchess of Doom, of course, and the Scorpion, along with the Black Widow.
She was just going to try to kick that ball in.
Okay, April, this is your time to shine.
Yeah, she's not going to make the 5 on the side, that's for sure. But you can make the 4, drive down to the long rail, come right back out towards the center of the table. I think she'd like to get past straight in on the 5.
Well, you know, that's a pretty bad area that she's in right there. A little bit out further so she can play the 5 in the upper right-hand corner, I think would have been ideal. But nevertheless, she can make this. The thing is to let the cue ball run, and she looks like she's going to try to stun it. She let it run. Beautiful shot.
Just got to make the 7 here. Hit it with the right speed. I'm going rail-rail. I'm going 2 rails. Come back to the center of the table.
She's taken the hard way out these last couple of balls here, but she is the player you want up there if there is any kind of hard shot to get out. She can do it.
Nicely struck. There she goes. And although she made those last few balls a little more difficult than she had to, she's also shown herself that she can get out. She doesn't have to be straight in on balls. She doesn't have to baby things.
Hey now, 1-1 as April Larson, I said Lawrence. April Larson answers back. And you see Earl Munson get right up and get over there and right in her ear and say, hey, keep on going, girl. You're doing great. You came with some great shots and pep talks and whatever she needs, the team is right behind her to give her. Yeah, Mr. JP, he's on the job.
Always on the job.
Yeah.
I would say one of the, but, I mean, let's be honest, the best photographer in the billiards industry.
I would have to say so, yeah. Absolutely. A lot of people are trying to replicate what JP does, and it's, trust me when I tell you, I this week here, since I've been here a few days, seen some of the work that he's doing. Like, you don't want to do what he's doing. Let me put it to you that way. There's a lot of work.
He posts his photo galleries after events, and I scan through them, and there's always a half a dozen shots where you just stop and think, damn, that is a great photo.
You know, the BCA took both teams out to like a bowling alley. Well, sort of like a juniors sports bar, right? Filled with soda and stuff, and they had bowling and Pac-Man machines, and JP was leaning over like some of the banisters in a contortionist position with the camera upside down, and I was like, wow, this guy really goes out, man.
How'd you like to walk into a sports bar with your buddies and say, hey guys, look, there's a bunch of kids over there at the pool table. Let me go teach them how to play.
Yeah, right? And get faced with these guys. Here we go. One ball towards the side pocket. Pay attention to the 4 ball here. Got jammed up.
It's a legal break.
Yeah.
It's a legal break, but it's a dry break.
Right. And no shot on the 1. You can see it.
I have such a hard time with this safety.
You mean you try to hit it slow?
Yeah, and I always overshoot it.
Or you can actually bank it back towards the short rail and play the cue ball the way you like to, right where a finger is, and then back across table towards that 9 ball. Yeah.
Not like that, though.
Nah. Okay, the initial rack when April Lawrence tried to play the safety on the 1 and didn't get there. Diana Khodjaeva was capable of handling the table and ran out. This time, April Larson gives Diana ball in hand. Let's see.
This is a lot tougher a rack, and she hasn't made it any easier on herself here. Your first thought is that she wants to avoid the 3 when she makes this 2, but if she does, then she's not going to leave herself anything. I almost think she needs to bump it and get lucky.
A lot of players will bump this ball, but the cue ball on the rail like that makes it difficult to do so. In other words, you might be able to hit it, but you're not going to hit it enough to push it down far enough for that pocket, you know, and leave it hanging around there.
She banked it in real nice.
She's looking at banking the 3 ball down 2 rails to get the 3 behind the 6 ball, so to say, and leave the cue ball behind the 7, or use the cue ball to do so. She elected to use the cue ball, and she had it. She hit it.
Perfect.
Really good. You're not kidding. And keep in mind, April Larson is on 1.
Oh, you're right. She's got to come 2 rails, short rail, long rail, to try to hit it. But it's 2 rails with a bridge.
And you're only 4'8". I don't know exactly how tall she is, but you know, she's a rather small young lady.
The one thing that she does have going for her here is the 3 is so close to a rail that if you miss it, you may catch it off the 3rd rail.
She's got to watch the foul here. She's solid.
She's not going to get it.
Foul, no contact.
I didn't hear Ricky tell her she was on 2.
Now, I don't have the rule for that in front of me here, but I would imagine that Ricky would tell her if she's, or I think Diana Khodjaeva just reminded Ricky that April is on 2.
And that 3 foul rule may definitely come into play here. You know, this is, again, not an easy rack. And she's spun it again. That's a much steeper angle than she wanted.
Right, yeah, but still makeable, not impossible.
cue ball is going to be coming right across the line she wants on the 5 unless she decides to go up table and back.
You know, if I was Diana, and my opponent's on 2, I'm going to elect to just bump this 4 ball and try to hide the cue ball behind that 5-8 stack up that way. You know what I mean? Bring it way up table there.
Sure.
And say, you know what, take a swing at it, but you're on 2. But don't leave the 4 ball anywhere near the pocket. She's going right for the back cut into the corner pocket. Watch the cue ball here. Watch the 7. Well, it's close.
I think she went too hard.
There you see Mr. Mark Wilson.
She's playing safe now.
Yeah, you got to marry that up. Good thing she did was the angle towards the right side long rail is kind of funny because you're going to have to spin the cue ball that way. April Larson, I don't know why. Lawrence keeps coming to mind now. April Larson here. It's right in front of me on the monitor. I think she has to go to the left long rail.
So do I.
But the shot for a right-hander, for her to reach that is difficult. Well, you know, from our perspective, it looked like that 9 was cutting it off a little bit. She hit it. She got a rail. She's no longer on 2. She's starting brand new.
Yeah, I'm with you on that last shot, Al. I think Khodjaeva waited 1 shot too many to play safe. And I'm a big student of the psychological part of the game. You know, I really enjoy the idea of momentum and that sort of thing. And 3 fouling your opponent is just huge.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
I mean,
and nevertheless, a quick win too on top of it if you do so. There's no pressure on you when you 3 foul, and it's like you're just telling your opponent, I have no respect for you at all. She tried to miss that ball. She hit it real good. You're going to see her spin out 2 rails for the 8 ball in the bottom left-hand corner here. Really not much to talk about. Well, she's going back for the draw. No, she changed. Oh, she's changing again. Something I don't like doing when you're down there, but that shot was, relatively easy. That it wasn't that bad to do it at that time.
We've seen them play this shot with a much steeper angle towards the corner pocket. Got out okay here.
She sure did, and puts another beat up. You know, both players on both sides of the board here, when they're in full punch. We're still early in this match. We're only into game number 4 coming up on. But the race is a short race to 6. But I know players on both sides, once they start to feel more of the table and their stroke and they start punching a gear, it's really something to sit back and just enjoy.
Well, look at Chris Robinson in that match he played, his singles match. Good
match. Great match.
I don't think Svikla was expecting Robinson to come out and jump on him like that. And again, we're seeing the ladies winning on their breaks, but April's going to have to win one on Khodjaeva's break.
Yeah, not only that, she has to make a legal break, which both players have accomplished so far. She has to make a legal break and make a ball here and maintain control of this table and send a signal to Diana Khodjaeva that you're going to be sitting there for a little while. Let's see what April can do. Watch the 3 ball. The 5 ball got kicked into the corner, and again, a illegal break.
Yep, made a ball and only got 1 ball passed.
Option 0.
I don't see her going for a pocket here, but she's not going to pass the shot back to April.
Right. No, don't give your opponent any chance to play a safe right back at you.
Can she thin that 1 and go under the 9 into this stack of balls?
That's what she's going to attempt to do. Put it on the short rail. Oh, she went for the bank shot. That's pretty risque right there. As the 1 is hanging in the drawers now for April Larson.
And Khodjaeva wouldn't have liked that 2 ball if she'd have made the 1. That just seemed like a very, yeah, like you say, it was a risky shot. And in a short race, I don't know that you want to take those kind of risks. Of course, I was the one a couple of hours ago suggesting that they do just that.
This could be a funny shot here when the ball's in the drawers like that. See how the cue ball kind of dies if you don't hit it good.
She could have ended up a lot worse than this.
Yeah, they would, you know, the position that she's in now is not bad because notice the window. If she would have came to the right side of the table, there's a little window between that 3 and 8 ball. There's a small window. It might look like there's a big space there, but the angle is very small. Very conservative.
I think she left her the edge. She may have left her enough of an edge to shoot it to the top left, or top left corner.
You know, the top left corner there, kind of, you lose the cue ball. If you can make the side pocket, that's what she'll like to do.
Right.
So you can control the cue ball.
Yeah, when she gets down on it, it looks like it goes on the side. Never a doubt. How big would it be for Khodjaeva to get out here?
Yeah, that's a big swing. 3 to 1 would be a big swing. I'd like to see 2-2. This is the last live stream match of the night, and I like to go out with a hill-hill match. I know Mike Howerton would like to go out with a hill-hill match, and I know the fans out there would, and then see USA win it. Of course.
I'm still on West Coast time. I'll be up for a while. We may as well have a match.
Here we go.
Top, 2 rails to get to the window on the left-hand side.
2 to 3, yeah. She's punching it.
She can draw back, shoot the 7 in the corner. She can follow, shoot the 7 on the side. I think she's going to draw back.
I'll tell you what, she's strutting around that table like there's nobody in this arena but me. And
this isn't
I'm
her
queen
first
here.
rodeo. Yeah, she's been here before.
Yeah.
She went a little too far, but she'll be all right. Yeah, this is the last thing April wanted to see was Khodjaeva getting comfortable at the table.
She's still okay. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Just got to make the ball. The cue ball's going to get where you need it to.
I think what I was going to say is I think that's the very first time I saw Diana look at the shot clock. So she wanted to make sure that she was going to make that 8 ball and said, look, I got plenty of time. Let me just study it just a little bit more. Diana Khodjaeva now making the score 3 to 1 in favor of Team Europe. It's not looking good for the USA right now.
No, it's not.
You know, when I see 3 on one side of the board, that's halfway home.
And that's 2 racks that April has lost on safeties that she just didn't play tight enough for Khodjaeva. You know, you can't play safe and leave your opponent a full path to the ball.
But I like the attempt that April did. You know, in other words, let me play a little conservative. There's really no shot to really cut this in. I mean, I can, but is there a reward? So let me play safe instead. It didn't work out, but she attempted to play the safe.
It was the smart play.
Yeah. That's my horse that we're talking about right there. That April Larson. She's my horse.
She plays good.
Yeah. Just in case you want to know what April's done in her young life, winning the BEF Junior National Championships 4 times in a row.
I don't
How's
think
that?
I won 4 tournaments.
I don't think I can flip a
When I
coin
was 16.
and call heads and win 4 times.
Khodjaeva to break.
Yeah, watch the 2 to 1 here.
1 right in the side pocket, and nothing crosses the head string.
Illegal break, option to the U.S. Start the clock, please.
You know what I don't understand here is if you're going to call this an illegal break, which was basically a foul, right?
Right.
Why wouldn't you just give ball in hand to the incoming player here?
That would make it a serious penalty for, and I think they're penalizing him too much on the break to begin with.
Right.
Oh no, not that.
That. Second time April's scratched in that side pocket there.
You know, and we have the opportunity to watch pool played at the absolute top level. I mean, we've watched, I mean, you name a top pro player, male or female, and you or I have seen a chance to, or have had a chance to watch them play.
Right.
Something that I don't see the juniors doing so much is using inside and outside to adjust the path of the cue ball. You know, that is the type of shot that you would expect the player to hit with inside, take the side pocket all completely out of the equation. And it doesn't seem like something that the juniors are comfortable with.
Okay, well, you know, they might not be, but the accomplishments that they have.
Oh, absolutely.
Is incredible.
There's no question. They're great players.
Yeah.
And this is the future of the game right here in front of us.
You know, those side pockets have captured a lot of cue balls from top pros, too.
Sure.
You know, and that made mistakes like that. In fact, one of them happens to be here in the audience. I'm not sure if he's still sitting out there, Mr. Dennis Hatch. It was a hill match between Dennis and Ralph Eckert.
Uh-oh.
Wow. Diana Khodjaeva misses that ball. April Lawrence has the chance. I'll get back to that Dennis Hatch and Ralph Eckert, but right now this match at hand here is so important. Team USA needs this so bad. Just stop the cue ball, get the 5 ball, roll up. There's a big door between the 8-9 for the 6 in that corner. This is pretty academic here, right?
7 to the 8 is going to be the tester.
Yeah, this is oh no, ball in hand.
Foul, no ref.
That's just nerves.
That's long distance. That, you know, she's a
Well,
very
yeah.
small girl, and that's a stretch. You know, to her, that's like you and I on a snooker table using that
Absolutely,
long
yeah.
bridge, you know, with the long stick. The mistakes happen. Sit back and
Little
hope for the best.
left-handed shot here. She thought twice on that one. For a second or two, I thought she was going to play Bustamante behind her back. You know what I think happened there is April put a trap on her. And the 7 to the 8 is going to bite Khodjaeva. It was just a trap play.
Well, let's see what happens. There's really well, she's thinking about the
She's
7
thinking,
to the 8.
oh man, the 7 to the 8. What am I going to do?
Yeah. For you guys out there that are just starting out in this game and just learning, you youngsters out there, these players here are thinking, you know, 2 and sometimes 3 balls ahead. So that 7-8 was definitely on her mind.
Oh, yeah. She's shooting the 6, but she's figuring out where she needs to be on the 7 to get to the 8.
Is she going to get real low on the short rail? That'll be just about perfect right there.
This way she can come out 1 rail to the center of the table.
She can drag out 3 to 4 rails and come up for the 8.
She could really let her stroke loose.
Yeah, because of the angle here. The only thing is, make sure you watch that side pocket right where her cue stick is, because that side pocket now becomes 6 foot wide as that cue ball could come in contact. Well, she elected to just stay conservative and go 1 rail. I like it, but you know, for a right-handed player, this shot here is not the easiest.
See, and I never think about that. You shoot the shape that you're comfortable with, and you don't put it in terms of right-handed, left-handed. It's just what you know.
Right. Well, she's stretching and makes the 8 the way it's supposed to be made.
So much for the trap. This is a big, big ball here. 4-1's tough to come back from.
Yes, it is. As the clock started to wind down, Diana Khodjaeva makes it 4-1. We're going to 6. Another timeout by USA, and they couldn't call it at a better time. Things were spiraling downhill for April Larson. We'll be right back as the producer's going to run a commercial.
Hello, my name is Diana Khodjaeva. I'm 17 years old. I'm from Brussels, Belgium, and my favorite player is Kelly Fisher.
My name is Larson. I'm from Bloomington, Minnesota. I'm 16 years old, and my favorite pool player is every pool player that helped out with this camp.
And we are back, waiting the arrival of April, USA player up at the table.
I don't remember if it was Melissa Herndon or Jennifer Beretta that we were talking about when the player takes a break like this, and they said it's mental weed pulling. Give them a chance to get away from the table and pull some weeds in their head. Bad things that are starting to grow in there, and get them out.
Sounds like Jennifer Beretta. If I had to guess.
You're hanging around here for the trade show, aren't you?
You know, I'm thinking about it. I am thinking about hanging around for a couple of days and, you know, canceling the flight and postponing it, because I never actually experienced the BCA trade show, so we'll see.
I'm sure Jennifer will be there.
Oh, really?
She's always there.
Well, that's going to make me want to stay. Is the husband going to be there?
Boy, I don't know.
Well, Greg, if you're listening, I hope you stay home.
Yeah.
Only kidding. I know.
It's bad weather. Stay home.
Yeah, Jen is a sweetheart. You know, so she could be intimidating to some people that are fans. You know, she's so beautiful that you know, they don't think they should approach her, but she's very approachable, very friendly. She was also in one of the True TV reality shows that were out there called The Hustlers.
She was. Mike DeShane.
Yeah.
Jennifer Beretta.
Yeah, Jared Clowery out of Boston.
Sure.
And of course that, what was that, the egghead, what's his name? The Codfather.
Finnegan?
William Finnegan,
Yeah.
the Codfather.
The Godfather.
We bust his chops. Somebody came up with the Codfather instead of Godfather of pool.
And you know, that show was only around for one season, but it made a mark on pool in Arizona. We have, you know, because the show was based around a ladder that people were trying to move up and down on.
Right.
We probably have a half a dozen ladders like that now in Arizona, and people challenge each other back and forth on those ladders. There's matches every night somewhere, and the rooms have cameras set up to stream the matches. I mean, it's really done a lot to kick pool in Arizona as if it needed. I mean, pool in Arizona has been pretty strong for a while.
Right.
But it's even stronger after that show.
Now I hear that something about an ice house.
Yeah, Scott Frost is working on a room out there.
Yeah.
And from his description, it sounds like it's going to be one of the nicest ones in the country.
Sure does. I seen his social media post, and we're getting back to the match, Mike.
April Larson's break. She trails 4-1. I hope that break that she took.
Wheat pulling.
Yeah, I hope she got it all cleaned up.
Well, the 8 passed the head string, and so did the 1. The 8 went in. It's going to be a illegal break.
But she could have left it a lot easier.
Well, if you're Team Europe,
Illegal break. Option Europe.
Diana Khodjaeva, you're not giving this back for sure. It's one of those spin shots when you start playing pool that you really learn right out of the gate.
And that,
yeah, go ahead.
I don't know that she's going to get to the right place for this shot, but boy, that 3-9 looks like it might be. I don't see her getting there from here, so I don't think it's going to matter.
She's got to be real careful here. If you hit this top of this 4 ball that hard and try to veer off it to the right side of the table, you could very well scratch. But if not, there is a reward for the 3 and a side. And she took the conservative route and said, hey, you know what? I'm not even going to take the chance. I'm going to try to play safe. Left April the shot.
And April may like that 3-9. If she can just float down and make this 2 and not overrun, you know, not leave herself hooked with the 5 ball, I think she fires this 3-9, and I think it goes in.
Well, it's a lot to ask for. That 5 is right there, and she still has to at least make the pocket to 2. So she's going to go past it, back out, watch
Look
this
out,
5
ball. Get past it.
Boy, oh boy, she got past it.
Boy, I can't tell if she did or not.
She did. She bumped it and went right in front of it. And then, of course, Ricky Bryant, the referee for this match, is going to get right on top and make sure that they're not married. He shakes his head. He says they're not frozen. So you're going to see April Larson play this, or attempt to play this 3-9.
And this is a shot I think she can make, and this would give her a nice kick in her game. Well, she didn't leave it easy.
I'm not sure if Diana can actually play this bank and drag the cue ball behind the 9 because the 4 is down at the bottom of the table there. And even if you do not make the 3 ball, it still might wind up being on your half. And she not only tried to do that, she played into the 9, set up the 4-9 combination right here. Wow.
Khodjaeva's been a banking fool here. She's banked 2 or 3 shots in real nice. Center of the pocket.
What's today? Today's Saturday. The banks are open here
Yeah, apparently
in Illinois.
so.
Wow.
We had talked earlier that we hadn't seen a lot of these players banking balls, but Khodjaeva shows she's not afraid of them at all. She's looking at this carom 4-9.
Yep, she's going right out for it. Again, I'm not sure. I think on the center camera angle is a better angle, and she might catch the rail first.
And I think she's going to like it even if she doesn't make the 9. Which,
Well, she made it. Watch the cue ball, and that's why you want to catch the rail first on that shot.
You talked
Because
about
that
it
does
earlier.
happen. But now look at the spot of the 9. When Ricky moves here, it might be real close to the 6 ball. I'm not sure if he has room to spot it. He might have to. Well, he does. It is close.
But she's got to figure out where to make the 6. If she wanted to put the 6 in the top right corner, she's going to have a real hard time getting there.
Yeah, she took a look to see if the 6 goes by to 7. I believe she took a quick glance and realized that, or by her body language, told me that the 6 does go past the 9 into the corner pocket.
Or she may shoot it in the bottom left. Looks like she's going to come out one rail here. She's got to be careful with that side pocket.
Now she's taking a look at the other corner. She's shook her head there a little bit, Mike. I don't think it goes.
Looks like she's hitting this with top.
And that's the reason why. So the 6 does go past the 9 into the corner pocket. But boy, did this just become more difficult.
You wouldn't consider playing the carom here, would you?
No.
This is going to be a game-winning shot if she makes this.
Boy, how'd she hit it?
No if.
How did she hit it?
I like 2 rails here. I don't want to end up like that, though.
Wow, that side pocket's a nice shot, though.
Yeah, I think
she's
she can
close
make
to
this.
the work, yeah. But
I think she's all right. Oh, I don't like having to shoot it like this. No.
The only reward there is when you hit it with a little more speed, you don't leave that much of a shot for your opponent. And what you want to do is pin that 9 ball more towards the center of that short rail up there. But this 9 ball is makeable, and that'll be a big game.
Yeah, Khodjaeva's definitely going to go for it. There's no safety that she's playing here.
She split the pocket. Team Europe now on the hill. You know, something, Diana Khodjaeva actually picked the 4 ball up out of the corner pocket before the cue ball come to a stop. Ricky Bryant stopped in his tracks, took a look at it, and realized that there was not going to be any kind of conflict and let it go.
Right.
So nevertheless, Team Europe is on the hill in the last match of the evening. And just to mention some of the achievements and the accomplishments of Diana Khodjaeva. In 2015, Belgium champion in girls and women's division. Also in 2015, Belgium won the men's national open event. Girls European medals, 1 gold, 2 silver, and 2 bronze. Women's European division, 3 bronze medals. And what you got to keep in mind is their organization, their youth organization, if one of these young players wins a tournament out there, one of the qualifying tournaments, their organization puts them in a pro tournament, pays for their entry, pays for their hotel, pays for their flight and their food bill, and seasons their young players overseas.
Sure. Gives them the opportunity to get used to this kind of pressure.
So, you know, you know for sure that one of these young men played Niels Lyon.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Well, and there's a player here representing Team Europe that says Nils is their favorite player.
Yeah. Here we go. Diana Khodjaeva all smiles right now.
Well, at 5-1, you can afford to be.
6 ball, corner pocket. Illegal break as the 1 is the only ball that passed the head string. And Team Europe will get this back.
Yeah, I'd sure give it back. You can push out, but why not just let your opponent push out? She didn't waste any time giving the shot back.
Yeah. And there's still the option to push out, push the cue ball way down table.
This is how we started this match, with Khodjaeva pushing out to the... Oh, she played a different push this time.
Boy, she's threatening and saying, you know what, I don't think you're good enough even to play safe. I'm on the hill and you have one.
This one is makeable.
I believe you can just spin it and make it and hold the cue ball there for the 2 on the side.
I mean, then she's got to get to the 3, but there's a pretty good window between the 8 and the 9 to do that.
Yeah, right now...
she made the 1. I don't think that's where she was thinking of making it, but...
Nevertheless, the 1 ball goes down and April Larson is on the 2 ball.
This is a little trickier to get shape on the 3 than had she made the 1 where we were thinking she'd make it. Okay.
Yeah, accept the longer shot. Why play for anything more difficult than having a chance of missing the ball? Play 1 ball at a time. My opponent's on the hill. The only thing I can do is play 1 ball at a time here and try to stay in this match.
Yeah, you're not going to win 5 games at one time. You're just going to win them 1 at a time, but you're not going to win any of them shooting that. And that 3 is definitely makeable.
Diana Khodjaeva gets out of her seat, sort of saying with the body language, hey, I got you right where I want you. All I got to do is finish you off right now.
She's jacked up over the 9. That's going to make it a little more difficult. Look at that bridge.
Yeah, camera work. That camera work right on scene. Beautiful work.
These guys from CSI don't fool around with their streams.
They sure don't. I'm liking it.
You think she's going to draw it back for the 5 on the side?
Yeah, we're going to see Diana open up her stroke here. Watch the hesitation on the cue ball and then start working its way back. Boy, she hit it good. That corner pocket is getting closer and closer as the cue ball is resting on the rail. Fortunate for Khodjaeva that all she has to do is follow up because the 7 being on the left side of the table there.
Yeah, she wants to be just shy of straight in on the 7. Three balls left for the night here. We are back tomorrow at 2 p.m. We're going to have mixed Scotch doubles. No, I'm sorry, I lied.
You did it again.
No, I was right. I'm sorry. Tomorrow's Sunday. See, I forget what day it is. Tomorrow's Sunday, 2 o'clock. Mixed Scotch doubles.
2 o'clock Central Time, folks.
Right. 3 o'clock Eastern Time, noon back home. Boy.
Yeah.
She almost drew that ball too much.
Yeah, she drew just enough so she can bridge over that side pocket, which is a nice place to be bridging over instead of being on the rail. At least you have vision of your Q-tip towards the middle of the cue ball, which makes this a little bit easier.
She came out a little far, but she's had this shot already tonight. Made it with no problem. This close to the finish line, I don't see her having any problem with it this time either. I sure wouldn't hit it left-handed.
I mean, she's going to, Mike. She's going to make it and shake hands with her opponent, April Larson. Boy, I'll tell you what, Europe has been winning, and when they do win, it's dominating scores.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to have to figure out what the coach has to say for Team USA to bring this team back into this. I mean, this match is not over, but it could easily be over